How's it going, guys? In this one I'm going to show you how to repair a broken socket on a table lamp. It's a real easy process. You should have it done fairly quick and it only costs a couple dollars. So stick with me and I'll walk you through the process. Alright, so this lamp was an unfortunate casualty of a pillow fight that my kids were having. Like I stated, it's pretty easy to fix. The first thing we have to do is remove the broken socket off the lamp base. Okay, so you can see here that this actually cracked off of this bottom part here. This threaded section that you see is normally where the ring attaches the lampshade to this. So I went ahead and I bought a replacement socket. I'm going to put a link down in the description where you can get one of these. This costs right around $4 or $5. Fairly cheap. Really the only thing you have to look for here, you have to see how your actual base of your lamp is assembled. So most of the time, for a smaller lamp like this, you're going to find a threaded section like this, and that's what you're going to be looking for in terms of finding your replacement socket. Again, I'm going to have a link down in the description where you can purchase this. So our first step, we're going to remove the bulb. Now, in most cases, what you're going to find on the original socket that's attached to the lamp is that the wire is soldered onto the connections of the socket. So what you're going to do is go ahead and just snip these off. Just use a pair of wire cutters for that. Try to cut the wire as close as possible to the old socket. That way we have more here to connect our new one later. We're going to remove the bottom portion of the broken socket now off of the lamp base, and to do that, it's just a threaded connection. You're just going to unscrew it like this. What I'm doing here is I'm holding back the stem of the lamp so this doesn't start to twist as well, because in most cases this entire body of this lamp is threaded and you don't want to start loosening up all the other parts of this. Alright, so here's our broken piece now. These are both garbage at this point. We don't need those anymore. We have our new lamp socket here. Now how this works is there's a threaded nut that sits on this. This is what holds down the lampshade when we go to reinstall it later. So you're going to take that off. The socket now has another threaded portion. We're going to remove that. We're going to set that aside, and now we can remove this piece out of that, and we can see how we're going to connect the wires to this new socket. Now the new socket has screw terminals on it. You're going to notice a gold one and a silver one. You take your lamp and you look at the lamp cord coming out of it. There is two wires. You have one that has ribs on it and the other one is smooth. The one with the ribs is going to get attached to the silver screw. That is your neutral wire. The smooth wire without the ribs is going to get connected to the copper screw, which is the hot. First thing we're going to do here, we're going to take the base of the socket that has the threads. We're going to push our wires through that, and we're simply just going to thread this on to the lamp base. Hand tight. This is all plastic and we don't want to over tighten it and crack it. On a lot of the replacement sockets, you're going to notice a set screw on the side. You could thread that in there to hold this on tighter, or you can remove it. It's your choice. I'm going to leave mine on there, and we'll just go ahead and tighten that into place to hold this on there a little bit better. In most cases, this is going to be covered with the lampshade. You're never going to see it. So at this point, we're going to start our connections. We have to strip some of the insulation off this lamp cord. We're going to strip off enough where we can wrap the wire around both these screw terminals on the socket. Now, if you're running a little bit short on wire up here, in most cases, you could pull this and it'll just pull a little bit more up out of the bottom of the lamp. If it doesn't move easily, check the bottom of the lamp. Sometimes they tie a knot in the cord so it can't be pulled up. You'll have to remove that knot so you get a little bit extra cable on the top. Take our wire strippers and we'll strip off some of this insulation. This is braided wire on this cable, so we're going to go ahead and just twist the ends of these wires together so they're not fraying. Next, we're going to take our socket. We're going to loosen up the screws on both sides and just loop the bare wire around both screws. Again, we're going to put the ribbed wire on our silver neutral screw. Now keep in mind the way that the socket sits inside the base of this. We want to attach these wires so they're coming out like this. Alright, you always put your wire around the left side of the screw so that when you tighten the screw, it tightens the wire around the screw and doesn't try backing it out. Alright, so we're just going to hold that in place and tighten our screw. Again, you don't have to really wrench down on it too tight. Let's try to give you guys a better shot here. We'll now take our smooth wire and attach that to the copper screw. Now these wires are really tiny and sometimes difficult to work with. What you might find is a little bit easier here to do is to cut the insulation back a little longer than you need, and that'll give you a little bit of a tail on the one side to hold it in place when you're tightening down your screw. Then what you can go ahead and do is once that's tightened, you just come in and you can snip off that extra portion that you don't need, and you'll be good to go for the next step. So at the end of the day, that's basically what we're looking for. Both of our wires attached to each screw. Again, ribbed wire, silver screw, smooth wire to the copper or the gold screw. Alright, we're going to go ahead now and pull the wire down through the lamp and move our socket into place to finish attaching it. Take this ring and we're going to screw that into place. Okay, again, don't wrench down on it too tight. We don't want to crack it. And that is our end result. We have our new socket installed, and we can move on to reinstalling the lampshade. What's stuck on the lampshade now is this old ring and a portion of the old socket. So we just have to go ahead and unscrew this. This is where some people might get jammed up. You think that you could screw this threaded portion onto your new socket, but as you can see, these threads are smaller than the threads on the new socket, so you're not going to be able to do that. So once that's removed, you can see now we have this ring on the lampshade, and that just slides right over our new socket. And I'm going to take the ring, and that gets screwed in there and basically holds everything nice and tight and in place. And that's it, guys. We're done. Pretty easy repair. I wanted to show you one other thing. If you look on the bottom of your lamp, most of the time there will be a nut that attaches the stem of the lamp to the base. If you notice that part of the lamp is loose after you're done, and that could possibly be the case if this thing took a fall off a table. What I always found is the easiest thing to do is just take a pair of needle nose pliers and you could tighten that nut down a little bit, and that should draw everything together on the lamp a little bit better and tighten it up so it doesn't move around. Let's go ahead and reposition the shade here now so it's square with the base, and you could see the finished result here, all fixed. Let's see if it works. So we'll go ahead and bring this lamp into the modern era and install an LED bulb in it. Go ahead, I'll plug it in and we'll see what we got. And there you have it, guys. Lamp is fixed, real easy to repair. Hope you found the video helpful. Got any questions? Post them down below. Check out the rest of my channel. I got a bunch of other how-to videos on there. If you like what you see, subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.